So, welcome to Caffeinated Crafting. My name is Daniela, known as Caffeinated Gert around the interwebs. This is Brianna.
Hi.
Also known as Miss Swoonish.
I'm gonna have to remember to speak up a little bit.
Yes, speak
Okay.
up. I know you can.
I can be loud.
You can be loud. So she is visiting this weekend, so we can all go to Fiber in the Borough and have a great time tomorrow. And I thought I would wrangle her into recording a podcast with me while she's here.
Yes.
I didn't have to twist too hard.
No.
So,
This is really awkward. I'm looking at you,
yeah.
so I don't look at myself. Because if I look at myself, it's gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna be self-conscious, so I have to look at you.
Hi, Brianna.
Hi. Okay. Yes.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a couple of finished, more than a couple. I have some finished stuff, and you have some almost finished hats?
Almost finished hats for kiddos, but all of my other stuff that I brought are works in progress.
That's cool, but we got hats.
Yes,
And we need
hats.
hats. I have hats for kiddos also. So, I'll show you these first. These are some very retro 70s dishcloths that are actually, I think the color's kind of ugly, but they'll go quite nicely with the towels that I wove a while back, and they're going to my dad, and so it's a matching set with the towels. I had to really make myself do these.
Yeah. They are retro.
They are very ugly.
This is very scrubby.
It works great.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple of the ones. This is the Red Heart Scrubology, and it works like a Brillo pad without the blue stuff.
That's exactly what it feels like. It's like steel. It feels like steel, like fine steel, but steel.
Yeah. So I did a tribble, and then I knit a grandma's favorite out of this brown. This is the I don't think I even saved the tag anymore. Cantina. It's some really deep stash that a friend of mine sent me from Germany like almost 10 years ago, really. And then this is the kind of mustardy color and brown, same brown, held together. And I did a half double crochet. So that means Dad's Christmas present is done.
Good job.
Awesome. That made me feel really good. I have a few more dishcloths that I want to knit for Christmas, but I was dreading knitting and making these, so I did them first.
You have to mail things out like a month before Christmas in order to get there in time, right?
I usually mail them the week after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
And perfect timing. You're ahead of schedule.
Yes. Well, I still have to finish
that.
my aunt's, so, and I mail theirs together.
Right.
So. Almost. I'm just doing her a couple of dishcloths though, because she is into coloring, and last year I got her the Johanna Bashford. It's a daily desk calendar where every day you get a little picture, and she really liked it, so I got her the calendar for next year.
Oh, okay.
So she's only getting a tiny knitted gift, and I'll probably put coffee in for Dad from one of we have a local brewer. It's Broast, Tennessee. Not brewer. Roaster. Roaster. And so I'll probably put some coffee in there for him because it's really good. This is awesome stuff. Now I did finish these socks and I was really happy, and I need some cold weather so I can wear them. These are from my sock blank by Knitting Color in the Witch Please colorway. And they are glorious. I love them. And I made them extra tall. I think it's because I was enjoying the yarn so much.
I would too. That color, you're wanting just to see how it works up.
Yeah. But I still have a bit of the sock blank, so I'll probably make some shorty socks with this and maybe do something else for heels and toes. I should be able to get most of a Rose City Rollers pair out of this, I think.
I was going to ask you if you're going to do Rose City, because that seems like a go-to.
Yeah, it's easy. So anyway, I love this toe right here, and then the stripes through here are my favorite. And actually the stripes on this side are better. So it's like
they're striping and spiraling at the same time.
Yeah, it's so cool.
There's
I was a little
a visual depth effect happening.
I was a little bummed that I had a black section there while I was knitting, but now that it's finished, I really like it. And actually, this is an almost black section. There's like some dark green in there. But anyway, it was super fun to knit. So now, today it's almost 80 degrees, so I won't be wearing them anytime soon.
No, hopefully in a couple of weeks.
Hopefully. I am wearing my Wonder Woman socks tomorrow, and I don't care if it's going to be warm or not.
I can't wear socks when it's that hot. My feet suffocate.
I almost always wear socks anyway. The only reason I don't have any now is because I had a petty earlier. Probably after we podcast, I'll be putting my socks on. But anyway, so other than that, all I have is hats that I sewed. I did not knit any.
No knitting.
No knitting.
But the sewn ones are super cute.
I did several of each, but I'll just show you one of each fabric. So I did little beige owls. They're all just little square hats. They don't stretch a whole lot, but a little bit. I just made little.
They're small enough heads, so that's perfect, and they can even flip them up a little bit.
That's true, because it has a little bit of a hem, so they could make them fit by doing that.
Yeah, totally.
And so I got. I was trying to double dip. I had talked to Allie, and they are lower on hats than they usually have this year. So I wanted to bang out some more hats. But for O-Loops, there's a non-knitting challenge. And if you make something that's related to the Forbidden Forest, you could get points. So owls. Camouflage. And geeky woodland critters.
Oh, those are cute.
And this one's my favorite. I also got unicorns, but the fabric I got...
Oh, I see it.
It's not fleece. Like, this is like fleece, like polar fleece. And that is more like a blanket.
Okay.
So I'll probably make a blanket out of that. That's not... I didn't think the fabric was good for hats.
That's a pretty fabric. Like, I would just hem the edges and throw it over myself.
That's what I was thinking. It's fuzzy on both sides. Whenever I make something with it, I'll show you guys. But I made 24 hats in like a morning, early afternoon. It didn't take long. It's like bam, 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 hats. Ta-da!
That's super awesome.
That's all I finished.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
I apparently brought my dog's hair with me.
Well, Asher had to come say hi.
Yeah. So some of these I've been holding on to from 2 years ago. So, okay, this is a crocheted hat. This is much bigger, but you know, they can give it to the Girl Scouts or something. With a shell pattern along the edge, and then I don't know what I did for the brim part down here. Doesn't matter, but I liked it. It was pretty.
It's pretty.
And this was yarn I dyed, so it went from a maroon to a brown and then to the gold.
It looks like a sunflower.
It kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah. So it's just a little hat. I did that like ages ago before I realized, Brianna, these are for like little kids. So this is just a little knitted beanie. This is in some Knit Picks acrylic. Like they had a sale, like I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I apparently went crazy because it was $1.25 a skein or something, and I bought like 50 skeins. So I have these giant bags. I think I was planning on a blanket, and I just don't have the perseverance or attention span. But I didn't know how to close it because I didn't want to do just a regular little, like slipping the yarn through and pulling it closed. So I did a little, gotta reach.
It looks like a little umbilical cord.
It does, doesn't it? It does. So I knitted it up and then just like wrapped it around it and tied it and then secured it on the inside. I've clearly got ends to weave in. This is just a little, this was yarn I dyed too, I believe. But it's just a little gray crocheted cap. Nothing special. I think these are just half doubles. Yeah, these are half doubles. So it went like by really quickly.
Hey, I recognize that yarn.
Yeah, this is I feel like I'm really far away. Okay, so this is just a roll brim beanie, nothing special. Knitted in.
Feels good.
Well, and I reached out to Allie and I said, hey, do you mind if I use an MCN because I'm just using up scraps? She's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So some kids are gonna have like really like nice feeling hats, but this colorway is handmade paper, and it was, I don't remember which month it was. Was it a club color?
It was a club color,
Yeah,
but I don't remember which month it was either.
I can't remember if it was a color I did on the side while I was doing clubs, or if I made it a club color. But it's handmade paper because it's I dyed it like a really soft beige color, and then flecked different like construction paper colors. And in my memory, which is not always great, I just remember like the bright blues and the pinks of the like construction paper packs. So that's what I ended up doing. Like there's some like little brown flecks in there too, but this is just another one, but with a knitted brim. And again, all the ends are not woven in. So I will be doing that before I give them to Allie this weekend. And then
that one's cute.
I was running out of my scraps, of my leftovers, so I used the same color as this to finish the top. And I figured I would just square it off because I really don't like decreasing is my problem.
I like the little square hats for kids.
Yeah. This is just these two both are same thing, crocheted. When I stopped knitting for a while, and then when I picked up yarn, I decided I was gonna go back to crochet. Like maybe if I went to my first love, I would get back in the mood for things that were yarn. And it did work. It worked pretty well. This is herringbone. I think it's the herringbone stitch crochet stitch in the round, and then I started from the top and worked my way down to a knitted brim because I don't like crocheted brims that look like ribbing, because I know what knitted rib looks like and stretches like, so why not just do a knitted
That looks really good.
Yeah, so I liked the feel it. It's nice.
That does. Oh, I like the texture.
And it's that same. Why are my needles still in here? It's that same yarn, Bravo worsted, that I used for the others. And I think those are all the hats I have. I just have a lot of ends.
It's not that many.
Well, no. Like once I get going, it'll go by like no problem. But yeah.
Awesome sauce. Drink time.
Because talking to a phone makes you thirsty.
Yeah, it does. Yep. It's parching. So I'm doing the O-Loops knit along, and this year for the 5th year students we can do an owl project, and it has to relate to a class at Hogwarts that you would take. And so I've hummed around for a couple of weeks, and I finally came up with a project, and mine is relating to potions. Okay. So in my Whimsy Stitches bag, that looks kind of like it should go with that. I think it's huge, so that works. I decided to knit a Granito by Joji Locatelli, and I have until December 31st to finish it. So sweater's not impossible, and sweater's really what I want to knit.
I've never knit a sweater.
I have socks, and I have a just boatload of shawls and hats. So it's like, what's the next thing that I can knit that I might actually wear? I mean, this picture's not going to do anything for you.
No.
My printer was almost out of ink.
Yeah.
So let's do it this way.
It looks kind of like perfect for Halloween. It looks like it was haunted.
It does kind of.
Like
it's the same sweater Allie's knitting.
With the stripes and stuff that she was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm copying Allie. So I really wanted to knit the So Faded sweater, but it's really fitted, and there's too much girls for that sweater.
Yeah.
I just don't think it would fit well. And so I looked and looked, and I was like, I don't know, it's not what I want to do, blah blah blah. And came to this sweater. I looked at it because Allie's been working on it, and I was like, I could fade this sweater. So I'm knitting the granito, if I could ever get there. Here we go. But I'm going to fade it. So here is the sweater. It's kind of loose. It has pockets. It's just comfortable looking.
It looks like it has good drape.
Yeah. So it's fingering weight yarn. And here is what I just joined it in the round yesterday. I'm actually that far now. So here is what I have.
Is that a gold sparkle or silver?
I think it's gold.
It looks gold. It looks gold against like the naviness. That's super pretty though. I really like those two together.
So the navy is navy blue from Gnome Acres. I had originally bought it to use in another Wonder Woman shawl wrap, but I decided it would be perfect for this sweater. And so that's the first one. Here, let me pull my tags out so I can tell you what's what, because I can't remember who dyed what off the top of my head here. That one's the Stardust. Okay. The second one is this, and it is Hue Loco in Stardust. So all my yarns actually work as potion ingredients.
Oh, okay. That makes
So navy blue, something could be navy blue. That was the only kind of weird one. So Stardust. And then I have the first one, navy blue, was from Gnome Acres. And then I have gold. My cauldron, the loopers helped me out with this. My cauldron could be gold, or gold could be an ingredient in a potion.
That's true. It's a pretty color.
So that's also from Gnome Acres.
Like it's getting washed out in the...
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It really
and
is.
it has sparkles in it also.
It's like a soft marigold. Like I would say it's like more on a brown side of marigold or brown.
So here's that was the navy.
Yeah,
I still have
pretty.
that much left over because I want to do the collar in that and then maybe start the sleeves. So I wanted to make sure I had some left over. And then I have, this is one of the prefect kit colors this year from Loops. This is Hogwarts Will Always Be My Home, because that's where I learned about potions. And it's from Loops. It's the Twisted Bachman base. This one is not sparkly, but it'll work where it goes. And then I have this one. This is like ridiculously deep stash. It's from Sunset Stitches. I'm not even sure if they still dye or not.
I'm not familiar with that at all.
But this colorway is Fox from the Ashes, and it's actually a gradient. I'm going to use that like for the body. So it goes, oh, it doesn't look like that at all. It's like an orangey.
Put it up against the blue and see if it color corrects.
A little bit. Not really.
Still looking more red.
It looks more pink than it is.
Nope. Doesn't want to do it.
No. But it's more of a peachy orange, and it gradients out to like this maroon. So,
yeah. It
so,
kind of has like a tangerine color.
Yeah.
So like when you look at the two colors next to each other. The lighter and then the darker orange.
And it's Fox from the Ashes. So phoenix feathers are an ingredient listed for Harry Potter. And
got this all worked out.
and then I just picked colors that I thought would go, and then I was like, hey, wait a minute, this works. This one is Purple Octopus, and octopus is one of the things listed as ingredients. And this one is from Orange Jellyfish Dream.
I like that label.
Yeah. And then, last but not least, I am slithering, and this is Black Magic. Black Magic, and it's the Helix
by the way,
base.
in case you didn't know, I am a Slytherin.
In case you didn't know, you should know by now. I am Slytherin, believe it or not. And it's from Primrose Yarn Company. So those are my sweater colors. So I felt pretty darn clever pulling a sweater together that will look good together. And it had all those names.
Yeah. That's pretty remarkable.
So it's in the round now, so it's going faster. So far it's so good. Hopefully.
I would never get past picking the yarn stage. It's just too much
That's
work
my favorite part.
Too much
I
work.
could pick yarn all day. Casting on and actually knitting, that's a whole nother story. But so I'm excited that I've got it this far already. I've decided.
Really
Yeah, thank you. I really like it a lot. I've decided I'm not going to cast on another sweater for November for Nanny Swimo because I have this one on the needles. I have the one by Stephen West, the Marled Magic sweater thing on the needles.
And then you're working on that spin that's for a sweater.
Yeah, and so I'll probably cast that on whenever I finish it. But I also have my Boxy Frog that I need to reknit. So I think I'm going to work on finishing sweaters for November rather than casting on another one. Decided I probably should be reasonable. And I'm mainly being reasonable because I found out what the main challenge for O-Loops is for November, and I couldn't make a sweater work.
No double dipping there.
If I can't double dip, I can't. I won't have time to do it. So, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
So
You want me to go?
Yeah, you go. What you got?
I know what this one is. Okay, so these are my Grumpy Raccoons.
I love that fabric.
I loved it. There was a period of time where I was just going on like fabric sites and falling in love with fabric and buying it. And I had pinged a friend, Bonnie, over in Oregon, and I was like, look at these raccoons. And she's like, I saw them. And she was like, they're already really low, but I was going to get some. And I was like, I already bought some. And she's like, well, send me something. Like, send me some of it, and I'll make you a bag, because she knows I don't sew. So she did. She sent me this in like a huge bento bag, like massive, with this lining.
It's pretty.
So it's my favorite bag. I had started a speckled tonic. Let me see if I can get this. Ugh, okay.
That's pretty.
And I was high on painkillers because I had thrown my back out. I was having sciatica pain. Let me see if I can get that closer. I completely messed up the lace, and so I just tossed it in the bag and threw it in a corner. And then when I decided I was going to knit again, I picked it back up. I can't figure out what I did, why I'm off, where I'm off. So I'm going to have to. My plan is to rip it back to this section. And I should have put a lifeline before, like as soon as I popped the painkiller, I should have put in a lifeline and just, or not knit.
Yeah, or that would have probably been a good thing to do too.
I was like, I can totally do this. I'm half asleep. No, it's great. I'm not feeling a thing. Because some parts line up. Like this part right here lines up, but other parts not so much. So I don't know if I care enough and just like, you know, make it up in the next section. Because I think I'm almost done with this part of the lace.
Well, is it, I mean, how noticeable is it?
I mean, if someone is noticing it,
they're too close.
They're way too close. But I don't know if it's going to bug me. Like once it's blocked out. Right now, it doesn't bug me too much because it's not blocked. But when I don't know.
It kind of looks like you just made up your own design. It's so pretty. It lines, I mean, it's like a nice pattern through here.
Right.
And it like repeats itself. Maybe I don't know.
I might just let it go and keep going. Figure out, like, I don't think I made a note in my Ravelry project page, but I think if I go line by line, I can estimate where I'm at based on stitch count, maybe. But this was, let me see here. This is Princess Peach colorway, and this is on my Danica base. And then the pink, I just realized, like, I was going through old photos on my phone, and this is Oops, There Go My Bloomers. So it's like, it's a fuchsia, but it's kind of a toned down fuchsia, and it has a little bit of that same yellow undertone in some spots that the Princess Peach has.
It looks really good together.
Yeah, I really liked it. It doesn't look great in when I'm working on it in my bedroom, because my bedroom light is a yellow color, and it just makes it look orange. So I'm gonna pick that back up. I brought it so it would be incentive to pick it back up, but let me see. It's the yarn side by side.
Pretty.
Yeah. So, and the Danica base is, I don't know, cashmere, silk, and merino, I believe.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
I need to finish it so I can, like, wrap myself in luxury. Like, that would be nice. I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only have 2 more. Do you want to do another one? Because you've got more than I do.
Well, this does not have a project. This is surprises.
Oh.
So I have 1, 2. I only have 2 more. No, 3. 3.
Okay. So, I finished my sock blank from Knitting Color. So I needed some more vanilla socks on the needles. So I cast this on. This is in my Fat Squirrel Ghosty bag. And isn't it cute? I love them. This is a sock blank that I dyed.
It's so pretty.
And it's going to run away.
Yep. I love this. It looks like a landscape. Like if you were to flip it over in the reverse, it would look...
It does. I hadn't thought of that. It totally
it's like
does.
purple mountains and like a sunset over the mountains.
It does. I totally did it on purpose.
Totally on purpose.
Totally didn't. Actually, I dyed it that way because I had hung out with Moon from Moon Holler, and she said if I dyed it in thirds, I'll get stripes. And I was going for stripes. It totally works. Now it's kind of muted, so I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it. But see,
yeah, it's so pretty.
I got stripes. How exciting is that? I have another one that I dyed.
Wait until you get to like some of the brighter pop section. Because right now it's like the more watered down areas.
Yeah.
So as you get into like the little areas where it's more bright, it's gonna be great.
I have another one that I dyed that just has the purple and the blue. It doesn't have the orange in the middle. So when I knit that, then I'll have thicker stripes.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So pretty.
And I cast this on because I didn't have to wind it up.
Yeah, that's perfect. Like whether or not I start a project using specific yarn is based on whether or not I have to get my lazy butt out of the chair to go get the cake thing.
Yes,
the yarn winder.
Me too.
Yeah.
If it comes to me already wound up, it is much more likely to get knit sooner rather than later.
Yep.
That's just the way it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing I hate more than having to go get everything and like put it all together, set it up, and then because then after all that I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Because even as good as the space I have in here, there is nowhere to leave
that out in the open.
Leave it out because it won't attach to either table.
Right.
So I have to do it in the kitchen, which means I have to put it up and then take it back down, and I have to wind everything I need to wind while I got it there, and it's just annoying.
Yeah, I agree. It's fine. This is Nurmalin 2. This is a freckled whimsy bag that's full of my dog's hair. I mean, it's not full of it, it's just covered in it. I'm not knitting my dog's hair, though it is his shedding time. So this is, hold on, I got the label here. Mad Tosh sock in the electric rainbow color.
Hey, I have that on a single.
Do you?
I do. I thought that looked familiar.
This is, I didn't, like, it won me over in the store. I was like, ooh, those colors are amazing. And I totally overlooked the fact that I don't like this kind of yarn. I don't like tight twist, pebbly feeling yarn.
I love it.
Do you?
I do.
I just, there's something about it, like when it's...
I love knitting it.
It doesn't feel good. I'm a texture person, and this kind of texture doesn't do much for me.
It's funny. I had that talk with... I talked about what... Allie and I talked about that the other day. So for a finished project, I would rather have like a single or a smoother yarn like the Woolmize I used for the Wonder Woman shawl,
Right.
because it's soft.
Right.
But to actually knit it, I love a high twist yarn to knit.
That's so weird. Like, it's not weird, it's just interesting weird, like...
Different people like different things.
Yeah. But it's been working out okay. Like, this is a project that I just recently picked back up. Like, when I picked it back up, I think I was like right about here. So I had to finish this garter, and then I finished the lace last night when I was putting off having the pack to come. But yeah, so it's fine. I messed up twice, and I had to rip back. I had to tink to fix the lace, but I wasn't high on pain pills, so I could do it.
It's bonus.
Like, my back was feeling much better, so I didn't have to do anything.
What pattern are you knitting?
This is the Nurmalint 2. It's asymmetrical. I'm going to bring it up. It's in... Allie asked us what we're up to. Let's see. Oh, I think I have it in my iBooks. It is a... Currently I have that open. It's your worsted pattern for socks.
Oh, that's pretty. It's from Heidi Allender, and it's... Okay, here, let's see. If I show it to you this way, you'll be able to see the name.
Yeah.
I think. There. It's Nurmilitu.
Nurmalint 2. That's how
I
pronounce it.
What she said. That's very pretty.
Yeah, so it's asymmetrical, and it's just garter broken up with a simple lace that I'm sure will be completely perfect when I'm done.
Of course, because you're...
I'm a master at this knitting thing. And I'm just using, like, I only use ChowGoo red lace, like, tips and stuff, so these are just 6s. I just used what the pattern called for. Because I tend to be, like, spot on, or maybe just one stitch off or something so I don't even bother with gauge swatches anymore. So I'll do one more.
Do one more, yeah.
I don't know what's in here. I mean, I know. Oh. Okay, so this is a Pokemon bag from Whimsy Stitches, who I will probably be meeting this weekend.
Yes. Yes, you will.
These are Malabrigo sock, and I should know this. I worked, and I don't have a label. That's my label sign.
It's my money sign.
It's also my money sign. So it is a sock. I don't know. I think it's just like 64 stitches or something. And I actually had started this for a friend, and she had bought 2 skeins and was like, hey, knit me socks. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I fizzled out. This is like a year ago, and I just recently picked back up. But I took the second skein and I sent it off to a friend who has a old Civil War circular sock machine, and gave her measurements and everything, and she sent it back in 2 weeks, and I was like, perfect. So I don't have to do it. And they fit her. She says, my friend Amy says that they are the most well-fitting sock she has ever had.
Really?
Never had a sock that fit that well. And I was like, I will take credit for that, because like it was my idea to send it off.
And you did the measurements, so
I did. So yeah. Perfect. I take all credit. So this is, I love the little, I think this is one of the stitch markers you gave me one of the times we met up.
I think so.
No, if you can see that. Oh, I want to show it off because it's cute.
I'll hide so you'll focus.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to touch your screen to make it focus either. Anyways, it's a cute little brassy owl. I love it. It's perfect for sock knitting because it doesn't get in my way. So anyways, I'm gonna finish either that or turn it into like a mitt or something. I might make it mitts. I already have the yarn like balled up and separate. Like it looks so much better in the ball than it does when it's knit up.
It looks lighter.
Yeah, and because when it's all knit up, it looks like overall it's got a gray tone and it's just so boring.
But in the ball, it looks like purpley green.
Yeah, it looks purpley green, kind of like an oil slick. But when it's knit up, it's womp womp.
It reads green. I mean, gray.
Yeah, overall gray. And like, I know how you are. Like, if it's not like interesting, then it's hard to knit.
Right.
And same way for me. And it's like that with knitting, crochet, spinning. If it's like
weaving,
womp womp, it's hard
anything.
to get through.
If I don't like the color, if it's not entertaining me, then it's hard.
Yep.
Notice I have not worked on my gray socks this last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I started another project though. So I was sitting at knit night last night, after spending the night before looking for projects for my loops for my November project, which I found, but I won't show you yet because I can't start it yet anyway. Haven't picked out yarn yet either. But so I have seen these in different places, and I have wanted to knit these. But I was like, I don't really have yarn for those that I think might work, or kind of like, nah, I don't know. They're the Yin Yang Kitty Ankle Socks by Ginger Bean. And then, so I was sitting at knitting last night, and we have a newer lady that has joined us, and she said she wanted to knit those, but she's not really done short rows, and so she was asking if one of us could help her with short rows, and we were like, sure. So so I was like, yeah, sure. And then I'm like, well, what do you want to knit? And she showed me. I'm like, oh, I want to knit those too. And I was like, but I don't really think I have the right yarn for it. And I was like, I have some dark yarn that would work, but I'm not sure what to put with it, yada yada. And then Liz is sitting there, and she says, well, I saw this yarn. It looks just like Kitty's. And I'm like, oh, I have some of that yarn. Completely forgot I had this yarn. So I came home and pulled that out, which it's in my other little sock bag from Fat Squirrel. And so I've started them. So my contrast color is this blue, which is Blue Skies from Marigold Gin.
It's so pretty.
It's really pretty.
It's like cobalty.
And I have, it's from Ancient Art Yarn. This is the part of the Meow collection, where portions of the proceeds are donated to charities benefiting stray and abandoned arts. I bought this at the Yarn Patch in Crossville probably a couple of years ago. And I was gonna make Aiden socks, but you know what? I'm a little perturbed with Aiden's feet right now. So this is my kitty cat yarn.
If it was a little less cream and had a little bit like more brown, it would be tigerish.
Yeah.
Like, or without the blue.
They have a tabby one.
Yeah.
I got this one because Aiden likes Siamese cats.
Oh yeah.
The big fluffy ones. But I think this is gonna be really pretty.
That's gonna be gorgeous.
So I'm gonna knit mine. I'm gonna do a Rose City Roller sock with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, using the kitty motif in these socks. That's my plan, because I know how those fit. Because these socks are bottom up, and I can knit bottom up socks, but I have the.
I like that you call them bottom up.
Did I say bottom up? Yeah, bottom up.
Right.
But I prefer top down because I know how far to knit them to make them fit me well.
Right.
And I don't want to have to mess with that. So that is my plan. So after I'm finished with the half that I need, I'm going to give Sherry the other half so she can have kitty yarn too.
Oh, that's nice.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So I just started them. So all I have is the little roll. I knit on them while I got my petty earlier and a little bit in the Carline, and that's pretty much it. So but it's knitting up pretty. I like that it's blue, but it's kind of tonally.
It is.
That makes me happy when the colors do that.
Well, it gives it
Has
some
nice
dimension.
depth. Yeah. That's why I always like your yarn. One of the reasons, because it always has nice depth. It doesn't. It's not just
I like
solid color
and
flat.
I don't tend to like solid yarn.
I don't either.
It is. It's just a flat thing.
Because even that little bit of tonal-ish yarn keeps me entertained.
Right.
Because I look for that next section of... And because I look for the next section of where is it a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really pretty. And I figured if I wanted a perfectly, like, solid yarn, I would just go buy it.
Right.
Like, if I'm going to dye something, even if it's just for me, I want there to be depth and, like, just substance. I want it to be interesting. I want it to have layers and... Because I overcomplicate things is my problem. And that's how it ends up being. But I just want to feel a little more like I've put a lot of work and people will like see that.
Right.
I just
really
didn't
shows.
toss like yarn in a pot and let it stay in there until it was a solid color. So yeah, which is not a bad idea, like, or a bad thing to do. Like, even if you custom blend a solid color, it can be interesting. I just would prefer there to be like that subtle semi-solid, so you can see the shift.
Yeah. I agree. Very much.
I have...
Got one more?
I think so. Oh yeah. So my best friend, Karen, used to have a pair of socks, like winter socks, that I knit her. And then Puppy Asher last year took his puppy teeth to the yarn and they were too far gone for even an attempt at darning. I don't even know how. I would have attempted. So I had an extra skein of the same yarn that I had dyed for her, and
that's pretty.
It's just like
it's striping
and
it looks
purples. It's like a very subtle stripe, isn't it? It's interesting. So I just balled it up because I had the extra and went to town. So in my other bag I have like the sock roller. I just need to, like, she has it needs to be 7 inches so it'll be above my boot. And okay. So this is actually DK yarn and not worsted, but I'm using your worsted sock pattern.
Yeah.
Because it works up. Like I'm using 3s like you recommend in the pattern. And oh yeah.
That's a cute bag.
Cute bag from Freckled Whimsy. Like, does she even do bags anymore? I have not checked on her in forever.
I haven't seen any. Well, I saw an update a while back, but it had been a while, and I don't know that she does them regularly anymore.
Yeah, I imagine that's tough.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially to keep up with demand, because she, like, was kind of small time, occasional update, and then, like, you guys started mentioning her on the podcast, and then more people started mentioning her on their podcast, and it was like, boom.
Yeah.
And she was, like, left and right trying to keep up.
Right.
So.
And she has a day job, so that makes it hard also.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just did about 2 inches of cuff, and then the whole leg is going to be 7 inches total, and then I'll do the foot. And she's got, like, a thin, tiny foot. Not tiny, like a size 8, but these go by so much faster than knitting regular socks.
Yeah.
So I do not mind. Like, sitting down, once I get the sock roller out, I'll be, like, done in no time. Like, give me a few hours and they'll be done.
Yeah.
So, excellent pattern.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's it. I'm done with my works in progress.
I felt smart when I made that pattern up. Because it's free on Ravelry.
Yeah.
Because I was teaching, teaching several sock classes, and I always did them with worsted yarn because it's faster. But then in order to explain what is a cuff, what is the leg, what is the gusset, what is each portion of the sock, I made each portion.
The heel turn and all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I made each section a different color.
It's really easy. Like, not easy, it's, I mean, it is easy.
Yeah.
But it's really good to see all the individual parts because so many patterns just say, okay, well, this is the next section. If you are new,
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily know what that next section is going to be or supposed to look like.
Right.
So seeing it in the photo, like specified, like, okay, well, this section is this. This is what this looks like. This is what it does. So it's good.
Yeah.
The basic worsted socks, right? Like that's what it's called.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. So it's free on Ravelry.
Free.
If you ever
easy,
want
and
to, if
helpful.
you want to learn how to knit socks, that's a great way to go.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right. I guess that's it then.
Do you want to see my surprises?
If you want to show me now.
I do. So you get a sneak peek at because I dyed yarn for you, Allie, and Vicky.
Ooh.
I've never met Vicky, never met her, but I watched their podcast and she's freaking adorable. So I have to give things to people. And then I have fiber too. Like I'm gonna give this one to Allie because this is totally Halloween.
It's
and
very
perfect
Allie.
for her. Like this is. I'm not gonna take it out of the bag. This is Countess Ablaze and Riots and Revolts, and it's totally like
She'll love that.
a dark turquoise and then a bright orange and like lots of black. And I figured that is up Allie's alley. So yeah. Now I wasn't sure about you which you would rather. I've got this and this.
Oh, that's hard.
Like this seems like soda pop, old-fashioned candy store to me. And this is Cordale and Seacell. And I don't know if you've worked with Cordale before.
I have, but not blended with something else.
And I really enjoyed, like, I had spun up one of her blended tops last year. No, not last year.
Is it Countess Ablaze also?
Yeah, that's Countess Ablaze.
I have not found one of her blended tops I liked that didn't have alpaca in it.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah, because a lot of hers have alpaca in it.
Last year, it was my first Spinzilla, and I went to town. Like, I was surprised I did as much as I did, but one of them was a Countess Ablaze, and it worked out completely different to what I was expecting. But I wasn't expecting, I don't know, whatever I didn't want it to be muddy. Because, you know, you kind of worry about that with blended if you don't break it down or whatever. So, I bought like a whole bunch. Sorry for the crinkling. And then this is Classy Squid Fiber Company. And what I did was, like, I went on a huge, last year when I was getting fiber for Spinzilla, I went on a huge, like, let's go on Ravelry and see what people are selling. So, this is American Targhee, Shetland, Mulberry, Tussa Silk, Faux Cashmere, Firestar, and Silk Noil.
Really?
Yep.
It doesn't look like it has all that stuff in it.
Nope. But it's, isn't it? Oh, wait, you know what? No. No. This is 2 of my hand. Brianna.
I'm like, where's the sparkly at?
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, I ran out of things to put it in, apparently. So I put it in an old bag. This is, just mixed fiber. I think it's like, might be mixed. You know, I think it's just merino. It just feels like merino. It doesn't feel like anything in particular.
Yeah, it does feel like merino. Feels good.
Yeah, so I didn't know if you would want either one of these. I tried to grab like something bright and interesting.
She knows me well.
I think I'm pulling on the same string. And then whatever you didn't want to grab, I would grab. Because I didn't think, oh, Brianna, bring something to spin. You brought your e-spinner. So
I'm gonna try out her e-spinner.
Yes.
I'm excited.
You get to try out the e-spinner.
I don't know which one.
I'll just leave them both here. And you can,
was here and,
whatever.
And pick.
Okay, I'll show you what I did for them first.
Okay.
Okay, this is for Allie.
Obviously.
This is, it's just a worsted 100% superwash merino.
That's beautiful.
The pink has some turquoise and black speckles, and the purple is got some of that in there because I had done all the speckling before I did the overdying. Thirsty.
I made Brianna sit in the car line with me to pick up Aiden. And
She
I think
did.
she's not recovered yet.
Oh,
it was
my.
hot.
This is for Vicky.
Oh, that's very Vicky.
Isn't it? It's
Good
super
job.
fall. Like, it's subtly, but fall.
Yeah.
Like, I was showing up pretty well in there. So it's actually got undertones of blues and greens and reds, or pinks really. And then I over dyed it with a chestnut to tone it all down and bring it together. So I'm really hoping she'll like it.
I'm sure she will.
And these are all like one of a kinds. I didn't take notes. Hers took half the day. Just for this one skein. Half a day. Because I was like, this needs to be more. It needs to be more Vicky. I don't know what to do. Let's just toss some more stuff in there. And then I ended up with that and I was like, no, it's perfect.
It is perfect. It really is.
This is yours.
Ooh.
This, I had actually had it a lot more purple. And then I wasn't pleased with the greens in it. So I just dumped it in a pot of like a Caribbean blue to bring it all together and tone it down. And I was like, you know, this isn't bright enough for her. This isn't bright enough for her. But I think overall, like, once you work with it, it's going to be pretty.
I think it's beautiful.
So.
And I'm so into that, like, aqua-y color.
Right.
And it's so pretty.
Like, here. Like, I think it shows better if it's opened.
Oh, that's pretty.
So yeah. Like, you can see more of the blue.
Oh, yeah. That's really pretty.
But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all something.
Thank y'all.
Little thank you for letting me hang out at your house and drive hours to come hang out with you guys. So, but yeah, it's gonna be good.
I'm glad you finally got to come and hang out.
I know we've talked about it for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, these aren't named. They're just one of a kind.
Well,
and it has your name.
they are Allie,
One of a
Vicky,
kind.
and Daniela.
It
We
does-
are one of a kind.
It does say one of a kind Daniela on it. So, but yeah, so I have
Cute.
this for, and I'll give these
So
for
pretty.
the girls tomorrow.
And I love this vase.
I didn't used to carry that base, but my local yarn store was requesting worsted for. She's doing this huge cabled sweater, massive cabled sweater down to her knees, in the custom colorway that I did for her. And so I was like, I'd been dyeing this color over and over and over, and then a customer of hers wanted me to dye them a color, and it was a green. So tired of green, like at least as like that green. It was a very bright, like in your face green. And then after like dyeing 40 skeins, I was like, you know what, this is actually a really, really good base. Like, I knew it was good, I just like didn't realize how good it was. So yeah, I was like, I guess I'm just gonna start carrying it. Like,
cool.
I don't dye all that often anymore, but it's gonna be in my rotation for when I do.
Awesome.
Because I'm just gonna make dyeing a thing I do when I feel like doing it. I'm not gonna make it a huge business or anything, because it's too much.
Yeah.
It's just too much. So, yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, I can't wait. I might have to actually get the winder out.
You can wait until another time.
To pet it. Squish it. There's Pistachio. He hasn't said hi yet.
Come here.
Oh, she got you.
Oh, no, your mommy has you.
Come
Your
here.
mommy has you now.
Mom. Oh, no, mommy don't got you either. Anyway, there was Pistachio. That was your sneak peek.
Yes.
That's all you get.
Pistachio.
So sorry. That's like an hour.
Oh, it is. Oh, well, good job, us.
Good job, us.
But that sauce is ready.
Yeah. I'm making spaghetti sauce. I put Sam in charge of noodles and bread, so
Yeah.
I can just
You
play.
did your part.
I did my part. Sauce is cooking.
All right.
See you guys later. I'm going to have another special guest next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you going to have, though? You have to tell me later.
It's a secret.
Okay.
Okay. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.